Today I'm going to show you the most groundbreaking music marketing formula that will blow you up without having to spend a single dollar. This is the exact system that I've used to get songs to over 10 million streams, and what my clients have done to get millions of views on social media that translate to Spotify editorial playlists. This is not going to be some cookie cutter Facebook ad course that every other marketing guru out there is teaching. By the end of this video, you'll become an expert in fan activation, what it is, how it works, and why it's the future of music marketing. With this framework and consistency, your growth will be unstoppable. So without further ado, let's get into it. Welcome to another masterclass on fan activation. We're going to be breaking down everything that is fan activation and how you're going to use it to double your Spotify monthly listeners in the next 60 days. Let's dive right into it, no fluff, starting with a little bit of a resume for what fan activation has done for me and my clients. Million views just last week on my TikTok. We're able to get Chanel Yates just 2 weeks ago to this video over 350,000 views promoting her new song that got on multiple Spotify editorial playlists, grew her to over 13,000 Instagram followers. Before this process, she was at 6,000. Songs to over 10 million streams. So the resume is there, but let's dive into what even is fan activation, right? I'm sure a million times over you've heard all of these different terms to describe stuff when it comes to just digital marketing in general, whether it's copywriting, growth operating. In the music world, it's like growth hacking. There's so many different terms for basically the same concept when it comes to growing your fan base as a music artist and getting an audience to actually care about you. So what even is fan activation? To understand that, we first must understand what it's not. And fan activation is not third-party playlist pitching, Facebook ads, sync licensed databases, and chasing viral social media trends that somebody else did 9 months ago. They got lucky, they went viral, and now you're chasing what they did a year ago. That's not what fan activation is. If you see somebody telling you that the one secret or the one hack to blow up your music career is third-party playlisting, Facebook ads, they start selling you some kind of like sync license database, I'm telling you, you've got to run like the wind. You've got to get Tyreek Hill 4.4 40-yard dash speed out of there. None of that's going to build you a legitimate fan base and career in music that has longevity. If your entire career is reliant on a playlist or some ad campaign or some database, you're not going to have longevity, and that's what fan activation provides. So fan activation is active listening by fans. Very self-explanatory, right? This is the fans running to Spotify to stream your song. Fan activation makes people want to listen to your song, so they go out of their way to find it, save it, like it, add it to their playlist, send it to their friends. They're taking the action, not you. Think about all these A-list artists, Ed Sheeran, Camila Cabello, Adele, whoever on this picture that you can think of and point out. When they release new music, what does their fan base do? They rush to Spotify, rush to Apple Music. Right at midnight, Billie Eilish has a new album coming out. Right at midnight, all her fans are going to swarm, wait for that clock to hit midnight, and they're going to stream the hell out of that song, that album, that EP. So all of these artists, what they have in common is they have fan activation. They have active fans. That's what we're going to build for you. And it all starts with your social media content. You hear me say it over and over and over again on my TikTok, on YouTube. You hear me say it everywhere. Nothing is going to be a magic overnight bullet, but the most accessible way to reach the largest amount of people is your social media content, is your organic social media content, and doing it in the right way. And that's where this entire process starts from. So the fan activation funnel is the sauce. This is the sauce. When you look at your organic social media content through this frame and through this funnel, your entire outlook on your music promotion is going to change. And this is where it all stems from. The fan activation funnel is high ceiling posts that funnel down to high value posts that funnel the fan to Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, whatever the streaming platform of choice is. So the fan activation funnel starts with the high ceiling post. What is a high ceiling post? Think about it like this. If you were to go to the mall or a public place with a bucket of ketchup, dump it on some random poor passerby, and then post that on social media, that's likely going to do millions of views. Is that a good video to post? Is that a moral post to post? Is that going to get people to listen to your music? No, no, no. And I'm not telling you to post something like that, but that's like an extreme example of a high ceiling post because the virality ceiling is very high. A high value post would be something like a 3-minute 3-minute video of you telling an entire story of why you got into music, the artists that inspire you, some stories about your journey in music, that's a high value post because it doesn't have this high ceiling where it's going to get tens of millions of views in theory, but the people who stick around and watch that entire 3-minute video are going to get so much value out of you as an artist and further that relationship that it takes them extra steps down that line of converting them to a super fan that they're not going to get from the high ceiling post. So to summarize, high ceiling posts are broad, wide casting posts that are going to hit a larger, broader audience. And once people see those high ceiling posts, you've got to have your account prepped with these high value posts that go to a deeper level for you as an artist, as a person, your story, your background, these high value posts that take people a layer deeper into you. They go from the high ceiling funnel down to the high value. And in theory, if you've done a great job providing that value within those high value posts, people are going to become super fans of you much quicker, then go right to the streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music, and start listening to your music. So that is the fan activation funnel. High ceiling, funnel them into the high value, convert them into fans through the high value, and get them over to those DSPs. This, memorize it, get out your notebook, your pen, your pencil, your little digital notebook, whatever you've got to do to write this down, study it, memorize it, and start implementing it, because this is the core of the fan activation system, and it all starts with this funnel. So we talked about high ceiling posts, right? Broader topics, covers, current events, public stunts. These are some examples of what a high ceiling post is, and a high value post, some examples, get to know me, stories, vlogs. So those are just some more examples, but you really got to dive into what feels unique to you as an artist, because there's no one-stop shop solution of everybody who watches this video go post this high ceiling and this high value. You've got to find what's true to you, and video concepts in both high ceiling and high value that feel so true to you that you know that you can go out and post them every single day for the next 30 years and never feel like you're compromising who you are as an artist. That's where the core authenticity has to come from when you're doing both of these posts, because the audience is going to smell if you're being inauthentic and not all there. They can tell through the screen if you're not giving it your all, and if you don't want to be there and you're not passionate about the content you're making. They can sense that. So you've got to be authentic when you're posting both of these kinds of videos. And here's the social media content plan that you're going to start implementing that's going to get you that fan base through the fan activation funnel. So I've broken it down into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. No Saturday. Why? Because you deserve a day off, because the whole world takes a day off on Saturday. Who's partying? Who's not really on their phone? So we got Saturday out of there. We're posting 6 days a week, right? We've got it broken down to TikTok and Instagram Reels, and all you're doing is basically taking your 6 posts on TikTok, your 6 posts on Instagram, shuffling them around so you're not posting the same thing on TikTok and Instagram in the same day. So an example would be on Monday you're posting a high ceiling TikTok, but that same day you're posting a high value Instagram. Then the high value post that you posted on Instagram on Monday, you're going to post on TikTok on Tuesday, and you're going to post Monday's high ceiling on Instagram on Tuesday. If that's a little confusing, let me know in the comments if you need clarification. But essentially, you're alternating between high ceiling and high value every other day on both TikTok and Instagram, and you're never posting the same post on the same platform on the same day. You've got 6 content posts total per week. 3 high ceiling, 3 high value, and they're always going to follow each other up. So you're never going to post a high ceiling back to back with a high ceiling on the same platform. You're alternating. Like when you were a kid and used to shuffle a deck of cards, you would just put them all in the middle of the table and just shuffle it around like crazy. That's essentially what you're doing with this social media content plan with the fan activation funnel. And if you implement this for 60 days without missing a day, you will see success and you will see growth. What even is success? Is it Grammys, headlining an arena, or is it substantial growth over time and getting 1% better at filming videos, 1% better at making music, 1% better at building a fan base every single day, so that that compound interest grows and grows and grows? Over time, you've now gained such a level up over the competition because they took a day off, a month off, who didn't know what to post. When you stay consistent and you stay the course, you will see growth, and growth compounds into success, whatever that looks like for you. It's going to vary artist to artist goal to goal, but you've just got to stay consistent and trust the path and trust the course, and you will see that growth. Just to run through that funnel one more time, because it's so important that you understand this. Again, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I'll answer all of you. High ceiling posts, examples, covers, current events, public stunts, things that have a high virality ceiling, videos that can reach a broad audience. Those are going to funnel those viewers down to a high value post. An example would be get to know me, stories, vlogs, things that go a bit deeper, that are more fan building and more personal. So when people see those videos, they've now gained more fandom towards you, and now they can go over to the Spotify or the Apple Music and listen to that song. So understand this concept, understand this funnel, and you will see success. I will see you Friday with a little bit of a more raw, uncut, just rant video. So I'll see you then. Peace.